What's up, everybody? Christian James here. Today's video: Liver King exposed. Liver King got caught. Liver King, Liver King, Liver King. Look, in case y'all don't know who Liver King is, from like the last 8 months to a year, he's this dude. He looks like the fucking hairier, bushier version of Thor, right? Now, this is not the shit on the guy because of taking steroids. I don't care if you take steroids. I don't care if you take all the steroids. I don't care if you take so many steroids that you look like Juggernaut from X-Men as a human being, walk around with a big ass head and big ass arm. Brr, brr, brr. Every time you take a step, the ground shakes, right? I don't care. The thing I care about as a powerlifting coach, as a strongman coach, as a fitness coach, as a person into health and fitness, as a grown man who mentors younger men, is the lying. The lying about steroids has got to stop. Now, I know in a lot of countries, I think he's American. I know they're illegal in America, right? So he's got to lie to a certain extent to protect himself. But come on, people. A spade is a spade, right? Like, we're not playing this game. He's clearly on steroids. I remember, let me give you guys a little sub story, right? 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, whatever it was, I went to England in 2020. And when I was there, the person I was hanging out with, they told me they got these fat burning pills from this person they knew at the gym. And then they showed me the person's picture. They said, "Do you think he's on steroids?" And I asked one very simple question. Tell me what he's eating that I'm not eating. Right? Like, I'm in shape. I'm strong as hell. I look better than 99% of people. But there's that 99.9%, that 0.9, that puts me to shame. Because they live in a superhero status. How the hell do you look like a superhero? You got to take some superhero shit, right? Captain America. Americans, calm down. But Captain America, his entire superpower was courage and steroids, right? That was his whole basis. Like, he was this little dude, like 4'11" or something from the Bronx. And all of a sudden, like, he's got one with all the courage. He jumps on the grenade. And next thing you know, he's all, right? It's steroids. His whole superpower is steroids. The Hulk superpower is unbelievable steroids and roid rage, right? Like, the idea that there's nothing wrong with steroids. There's something wrong with the lying part is what I'm getting at. So apparently this dude's made himself like $100 million, and I don't know how the hell he did that with these supplements. Like, now, he eats liver, heart, kidney, spleen, all the stuff, right? Like, I eat liver every day, right? 3 grams of freeze-dried liver every day. Grass-fed, grass-finished from Alberta. This company here, get at them. I don't have a code. But, excuse me. But the thing is, nobody looks like that from just eating food. Nobody. You have to take supplements to get through it. Now, Derek, from More Plates, More Dates, he busted this open. I didn't watch the entire video. It was too long. It was like watching a movie. But I watched snippets from it. I watched other people's reviews on it. I'm going to show you guys what he took, right? So I'm going to cut it from Derek. I'm going to show you guys what Derek ran through and then link Derek's video if you want to sit and watch the rest of the thing.
Here's what I'm currently taking. So here's this stack, IGF-1 LR3, presumably. Been taking this for a year. CJC with IMAP, been taking this for a year. So here, I'm assuming he's talking about CJC 1295 drug affinity complex. Like, there is a difference between, there's MOD GRF 1-29, which is like a shorter acting. We'll get into it later as far as like what GHRPs are, GHRHs, etc. But this is like a peptide combination, CJC 1295 with DAC, I'm assuming he's talking about, with ipamorelin, I'm assuming, not IMAP. I'm sure he's just hastily writing this, hence why there's like missing shit. But CJC with IPAM is a very, very common combination. Been taking this for a year. Ibutamoren, also known as MK677, orally active GH secretagogue and ghrelin receptor agonist. Been taking this for 2 months. Omnitrope, human growth hormone pharmagrade, been taking this for 6 weeks. Testosterone cypionate, 0.6 cc per week, cruise dose. So that, presumably would be 120 milligrams per week if you do 0.6 times 1 with a 200 milligram per milliliter concentration. 120 milligrams per week of test sip is not that high. Deca, nandrolone decanoate, 0.6 cc per week. Been taking this for 3 weeks, so 3 weeks of 120 milligrams per week. Pharmagrade, of course. Winstrol, 50 milligrams a day. Just started this, been taking this for 3 weeks, and this is all presumably Pharmagrade through the pharmacy mentioned and having a legitimate prescription. I know it to be the case that all of these are prescribable, even Winstrol, which sounds fucking baffling. And does it actually have like a clinical application that makes sense? Very rarely, but Presumably he has a script for it. I'm doubting he's using UGL Winstrol just randomly as his choice of compound. There are fewer compounds to choose from, like you're not gonna get Trenbolone through a fucking pharmacy, but Winstrol, one of the available orals that presumably he arrived on as the one to add in. So anyways, he is on all this stuff. My blood sugar every morning.
But look, people, The Rock, right? You smell what he's cooking, right, Mr. Jumanji? I'm a big fan of The Rock. I've liked The Rock since he was called Rocky Maivia, looking like this idiot here. But The Rock looks better at 50 than he did at 25. That's physiologically impossible unless you're Benjamin Button. Who the hell is Benjamin Button? I've never seen the movie. Who the hell is Benjamin Button? But in all fairness, sorry, I'm trying to deal with this damn cold still. It's impossible to look the way some people look, to look the way anybody looks without steroids, right? Ronnie Coleman, The Rock, Liver King, Thor. Name all these men who look like superheroes. They look like superheroes, so they're taking superhero shit. And again, if you're out there and you want to take steroids, that's on you. Just tell the truth. The reason I hate it, the reason so many people in fitness hate it, excuse me, is because you're confusing young men, young women too, not as much, but young men, if they buy these supplements, if they do these workouts, if they take these pills, if they do their sleep, if they do all this stuff, they're going to look the way you look. It's not going to happen. It's simply not going to happen, right? I've been working out for 10 years, 11 years, hard. I know for some of you out there that's laughable. I know for some of you out there that's improbable and impossible. But the only thing I take is TRT, testosterone replacement treatment. I'm 40 years old. My testosterone dropped significantly around the age of 35, so I got on TRT. I am on the higher end of TRT. I take testosterone cypionate every 6 to 10 days. I'm not always exact on it. Sometimes I flake on it. I got to get better at it, to be honest. Let's be 100. But I take 250 cc's in that time period. It just puts me on the higher level. I don't take anything else. I don't take any HGH. I don't take anything else. And I'll tell you guys straight up, like it's over there. It's in the beside where I sit on my couch. It's in a little pouch, right? It's not a big deal. See how hard that was for me to tell you guys I take testosterone? Oh no. Now for some people, it's also going to be, and this is the part that weightlifters don't like and bodybuilders don't like. Oh, you're on some gear, you take some stuff. Oh, there's no way you did all that work. Look, there's an episode from South Park from the first or second season, way back in the day. Excuse me. And in the episode, Cartman takes weight gainer 3000 or something. But he doesn't work out. So he just gets fatter and fatter and fatter and fatter and fatter and fatter and fatter because he's not actually working out. With steroids, with testosterone, you will get, I don't know about steroids in particular, with testosterone, I've read studies before I took it, even without working out, you will gain marginally more muscle mass than the man beside you who's not taking testosterone. It's essentially the male hormone that involves muscle mass, bone density, size, strength, a lot of things. But at the end of the day, when you take testosterone and work out, you will get way more gains than a person who takes testosterone and does nothing. I know. But if you're a person on steroids and you don't work out, you're going to get, because of the testosterone, the HGH, you're going to be a little bit stronger and bigger than the average person who does exactly what you do. But when you start working out, it's like putting NOS in a car, right? In Fast and the Furious, the car will only go as fast as the car can go until you put NOS in it, and then you can see it's redlining the engine shaking, it's turning red, it's about to explode, and then they win. Unless you're Paul, then you always lose. But it's the same thing for steroids. You can only get that big, that strong, that lean, that mean if you take the gear. And again, it ain't about people who take steroids. It's about people who fucking lie about it. Last year, about a year ago, I was selling a Preacher Crow bench. It was real narrow. You can't use a Preacher Crow bench like this, right? Like I got wide ass shoulders. So this little dude comes to pick it up for me, from me, excuse me. I'm like, oh, what, like clearly didn't work out. I was like, oh, like what's your goal? He said, you know those Hollywood actors that go from essentially shit to fit in 6 months? And I was like, yeah, like the guy from Stuber. Like, exactly. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, well, that's my goal. And I just started laughing. I was like, bro, the only way that's going to work is with steroids. This dude does not work out, mind you, knows nothing about fitness. He laughs at me. He's like, they're not on steroids. What do you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't play guitar, but let me tell you how Jimi Hendrix played guitar. I don't know. I don't have a clue how he did it. Don't tell a person who knows about fitness and steroids and all these things, like, Oh, no, because you couldn't do it. It doesn't mean I can't do it. Man, this dude was 5'8" with basic ass genetics. He ain't going to look like nobody unless he takes something to look like somebody. Again, look at the dude from Stuber. Here's the dude from Stuber before Stuber. Here's the dude from Stuber right before Eternals. A terrible movie, by the way. And I don't know his name, and his name's irrelevant to me because I don't give a fuck about actors or celebrities. But when you go from this to this, that's because you took some stuff to go from that to this. Look, again, it's a long rant, it's a long video. I don't really care. I'm happy it got exposed. For anybody out there who bought his stuff, look, maybe the supplements are legit. I don't know if they've been FDA tested. I don't know if there's any background on them. Maybe if somebody out there has some of the supplements, get them tested, see if you're actually getting what you want or you're just getting like horse pills. But steroids work, folks. If you want to look like Liver King looks, you have no other choice but to take steroids. You can eat all the organs you want. You can have all the protein you want. You can sleep all that you want. You cannot shower like he doesn't shower, but yet he's never dirty, right? And shaves his chest all the time, which is super weird. You can have this weird-ass beard that grows out all bushy here and then long here. Of course, he's 5'8", so there's nothing you can do about that. But at the end of the day, if you want to look like a superhero, you got to take superhero shit. At the end of the day, folks, don't lie. If you're a grown man, tell the fucking truth. If you're a woman on steroids, tell the truth. Now, in fairness, that women are on steroids, it's a little obvious to tell they're on steroids because they look like, you know what I'm saying? But that's the end of the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you're surprised. Tell me if anybody else you think is on steroids. I apologize about my voice. I've been sick as hell for a week. Shout out to my client, Carolyn. Last weekend, she set national records in squat, dead, and bench press at her meet. And then from that meet, I believe is where I got sick. So thank you to everybody there who got me sick. Carolyn, great job. Again, folks, like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.